What's up, guys? Steven here, and today I kind of wanted to talk to you about the purpose of One Wave. So, how One Wave came about? Well, about 3 years ago, I was talking to my friend George. By the way, George, if you're seeing this, you're fucking awesome, bro. You're the reason for everything. But yeah, you guys check him out. His name is George Nogueras. He's a loan officer at Security National Mortgage in Houston, Texas. So, just a quick shout out to my buddy. But a few years ago, around that time, I was really into meditation and working on the mind and working on keeping my thoughts clean and basically trying to learn what living in a higher state of consciousness was about. And George got me into reading stuff from Osho, and it was just beautiful, beautiful media, beautiful reading, like writing. It was just so clear and it resonated and spoke to me on a way that I could never, ever have seen coming. So, as he kept sharing me these stuff, different links and readings and scripts and texts, he said, I just had the idea, well, what if I created a group and we could both share stuff to each other in there? Because at the same time that he was showing me stuff on Osho, I was also showing him stuff that I found, from like motivational speakers and like I love Eckhart Tolle, so I found a lot of stuff on him and things like that. So it was just like naturally there was like this huge, I guess, resource or place online where I had all this stuff, and then I was like, wait a second. And it's funny because at the same time I was finding that, I was also sharing it on my Facebook, and people were reacting positively to it. Like, I used to think that I was the only one interested in that stuff, but there's like a whole bunch of my friends that I would have never known if it wasn't for Facebook. So I then decided, well, what if I just made it, like I said, like a group and just kept sharing it, And I left him and I created it was like a small group page called One Wave. It's actually probably still there today. Actually, I think I might have deleted it a few years, like 1 year ago when I created the fan page for it. But it kind of like hit me, like just this idea of just trying to find information that teaches me how to be higher conscious. That means how to develop my state of consciousness in a way that I am every year becoming more present to the moment, more sharp in my faculties and my senses, more calm, more positive, more giving, more of a source of value and inspiration, and just, hey, that guy makes me feel like doing all the shit I've been wanting to do. He's just that push, like just becoming more and more of that person. And I was like, well, what if I could make this something where every time someone wanted to learn something, not only just on that, but how it applied into their life, like how it applied in business, how it applied in relationship, how it applied in wealth and finances, how did it apply in health, how did higher consciousness or doing all these things that these gurus and stuff tell us to do apply in our daily life. And so I had this vision where it was a resource where people not only just came to learn, but it also enabled them to change their life completely. Like, it empowered people it gave him that extra force of confidence, that extra boost, that extra support, that extra sign of, hey, I know not a lot of people in your immediate peer talk about this, but this is real. Like, showing how this can and is a reality that is possible and achievable, not only by those successful people talking about it, but by you too, like by me, like by common people like us every single day. And so I just decided that I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be called One Wave because it's essentially its purpose is to always bring us back to that one universal truth, meaning we are one, has a race, has a species, but just as a world. And so by never forgetting that, when you encounter situations where you feel as if there's a pull on you to express a negative role, like be an angry person or be a violent person or be an aggressive in a bad way person, this knowledge, this resource, this wisdom will grant you the ability, the self-control to just be like, no, I'm better than this, and just dodge that bullet completely, you know. And so by living like this and doing this, you'll change your life in dramatic ways. Things that you've always dreamed about will literally come into existence, and every single moment of that unfolding will be the most incredible pleasure that you will ever get to experience. Like, nothing can beat that feeling of growth, you know, that feeling of success, of achievement, of seeing yourself move toward a higher place. So not only will this be happening to you, but because this happens to you, you will start being like a beacon to those people around you, and they will as well want to do the same thing. Thus, you'll be impacting them and influencing them in such a positive way that now they change their lives, and then they start helping others change their lives as well. And so just this domino effect just creates a radically new world, a world that we have never lived in before. So that was my vision for One Wave, and that's what I hope to make of it, you know. And it's just been a blessing just seeing it happen, you know, how they say your thoughts become your words, which become your actions, and basically how you create your reality is by your thoughts. And so you get a thought and you run with it, you put energy in that thought every day. And so now it envelops your whole being. And so now your words and the actions that you take are simply a way of bringing that thought into reality. And so that becomes your reality. And just seeing it, like having experienced what I just said, is just incredible. You know, just going from an idea to now a little group, me thinking about it every day, and then now a fan page, and then now a website, and then it's like it's only getting bigger. I'll have an app coming soon for it, and all kinds of crazy things happen as well, because it helps me grow not only in myself but also in my professional self and stuff, and it helps me just more clearly see how every single thing that I've learned in my life can be used to help someone near me, you know. So here you will just find all kinds of knowledge, content on a lot of various things, and sometimes the content will be contradicting itself, and I kind of do that for a reason, because the most intelligent people realize this truth. There is no such thing as black and white. Everything is gray, and it's up to you to call what you want white and what you want black. Most intelligent people realize that the world is not black and white, meaning there is no one solution, one truth, one absolute truth, and that applies to every single situation. It just does not happen, you know. Like, you can't say, for example, abortion, right? Yes, it's incredibly evil to kill a baby, but then think of it from this perspective, trying to mess with your minds here. What about the fact that this girl is 100% incapable of taking care of this boy, and she will actually be burdening society, despite the fact that, yes, I do agree, if in 18 years it works out, he will potentially be an incredible member of society. You know, that is true, but that is still a big if. Is it really right to force her to bring such terrible hardship on herself? Things like that, you know, there's so many ways to look at things. And that is just the paradox of life. It's something, it means that you basically always have to be actively looking at information, discerning it, what it means to you, the bits and pieces that can help you and the ones that don't, and then internalizing that. That is what a good reader does. He not only reads, but he also discerns and digests the information. And so one way will also be showing you how that works, because sometimes you'll be hearing Cotton saying one thing and Cotton saying the exact opposite of that. But the reason why I post those contents is because within them, they're always pointing you to that place that I seek to bring out, that I seek to make more aware to you, which is you are perfect just as you are right now. Accept yourself, empower yourself, and make your dreams come true. That's it. If you think about it, most things that we do is in the hopes of finding something that says that to us. We buy clothes so that we can feel that way by when people say we look good in them. We make money so that we can feel that way by not only being able to eat and like feed ourselves and survive, but also when we can buy toys and cars and things like that. A lot of our existence is spent on seeking to feel okay, to express oneself. And that is what One Wave seeks to do, to just show you that it's normal to be you and to not be afraid. So I hope you guys can get as much out of this as possible, and I hope to connect and engage with you soon. Until next time.